Hello, YouTube. This is Jay Coder back with another stream. And today I'm going to be going over responsiveness in HTML. If you like this kind of content, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and without further ado, let's get started. So, I'm going over responsiveness, and I have a editor here. It's a Visual Studio Code with a basic website template. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that real quick. And so this is the basic website template. And I'm going to go over HTML responsiveness. And so responsive web design is about creating web pages that look good on all devices. A responsive web design will automatically adjust for different screen sizes and viewpoints. And I'm going to go ahead and get some sample code here to put in so that we can kind of see what I'm talking about. So let me go ahead and put some things inside the body here um, of the website. And so inside the body tag, I'm going to go ahead and put this. And so um, for the image, let me go ahead and get the image URL for display. And then let me go ahead and play this. So I'm going to go ahead and run this. And so this this is what it looks like here. And so here it actually has a responsive design. And so in order to have the image be responsive, we set it to 100% there. And so and also we have to make sure to truly have it as a responsive design. We also have to set the meta to scale like so here. So the meta tag is equal to this. So this is also important for it to have a responsive design. And as you can see here, we have this here, and it does adjust accordingly. And kind of, I believe, some of the modern websites or the modern browsers kind of handle this without really you have to know really put this part, but this part is usually important for the responsive design. All right, and so responsive images are images that scale nicely to fit any browser size. And usually, you set the width to 100 for it to cooperate nicely with your actual web page. If it's set to a certain width, then it will not automatically adjust with the device. So let's say you had a phone and you set the width to a set amount, this picture would not automatically resize by itself. So that's also a point that needs to be mentioned. And for instance, using the max width property, if the max width property is set to 100%, the image will scale down if it has to, but never scale up to be larger than its original size. So if you want the image to only be a certain size, you can also specify that. Let's see. So let me go ahead and show you guys that really quick. So let me go ahead and change the style here in order to match what I am talking about. And let's go ahead and put this here for our image. And then I'm going to say save. And then I'm going to go ahead and run our exercise. All right. So when I set the max width, it will not make the image bigger than its original size, but it will make it smaller as the device size is made smaller, but will not grow any bigger than its intended size if you have set the max width to 100%. All right. And so that's how that works. And the HTML picture element allows you to define different images for different browser window sizes. And you can resize the browser window to see how the image changes. So basically, if you want to particularly set the picture depending on the device size, you can use a example such as this. And this is only an example code that I wanted to show you really quick. If you wanted to set an image for each device size, basically. And this is the code on how you would do that. But for now, I'm just going to show you guys the code so you are aware of that. And so I'll also comment this out so that you can reference it there. And responsive text size. The text size can be set with the VW unit, which means the viewport width. That way, the text size will follow the size of the browser window. So, let's say you have a title and you can set the font size to something such as, let me show you here. You can do style equals font size. And to do that, you can go to our title, and I'm going to go style h2 space style equals font size, and then you can set this to, let's say we set it to 10. The viewport is the browser window size. 1 VW equals 1% of the viewport width. So basically, this would be 10% of the viewpoint width. So let me go ahead and run that and see if there is a noticeable change. So let me go ahead and run that. All right. So here's our font size. And our font size pretty much adjusts based on the window width. And it stays at precisely 10% of the viewport. So that's what that looks like. And wanted to say about media queries, in addition to resized text and images, it is also common to use media queries in responsive web pages. With media queries, you can define completely different styles for different browser sizes. And also, I can show you an example of that. Um, so basically, we can set this in our, or let me get this example code really quick from here. And so the example code here is, you can set this like so inside the styling, which like this. And so you can set the box sizing and all of this things, and then here is the part where you can set the max width to 800 and set, the media queries in this fashion, and that will help you to manage your responsive design. And well, that's what I wanted to show you guys today. Um, I encourage you to study responsive design and study responsive design in HTML and CSS, because it's very important, because mobile is pretty much the most dominant device that is used these days. So, all right. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. And always stay coding. And this is, again, J Coder. And subscribe to this channel, like this video, and remember, stay coding and peace.